Coming to you live from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, and all across the world, psychic, medium, and energetic healer Sheena Metal brings you Messages from Spirit.
Hi, and welcome to Messages from Spirit, only on PARAPOD TV. I'm your host, Sheena Metal. I'm a psychic medium. I'm an energetic healer. I'm an interfaith minister. And I come to you live from my home in Southern California. We're here every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time. Here's what we do every week on the show. I'm a real psychic medium. I talk to real people, just like you and me, real people. They ask real questions. I work to get real messages from Spirit. I hope to have a real conversation with them and to get them some real answers and get them some real healing. That's what we do every week. It's very simple. It's a lot of tapping into Spirit, getting messages. And the great thing about it is that usually, without a doubt, as you are asking questions for yourself, if you're a guest on the show, those questions wind up being for other people, right? So you at home, the audience who's sitting at home listening, you're going to find answers in the things that other people are asking. And not only is that great because you can just sit and get some of the spiritual answers that you have questions to while you watch, but also because it reinforces the connectivity of us all. And I think it's such an important thing. And it's something that I stress so much during my interfaith sermons, my monthly interfaith service that I do, Saturday Night Spiritual, in my workshops, when I work one-on-one with clients. I'm always emphasizing that we're one human family and that we are all connected to each other. I think we forget that sometimes. I think that the combination of our life path, our spiritual path, and sort of some of the myopic behavior that is necessary for us to survive as an organism on the earth. We have to always, with the meat cans, think about our path, our destiny. Am I doing it right? Am I taking care of myself? Am I living my truth? Am I not being taken advantage of by others? And all these things are important to assess and address. And yes, sometimes it has to be me, and that's okay. But we can't forget, and sometimes we do, that the most important thing is that we're one human family and that all of us are on this journey together. And we're really one family of collective organisms. But I think other organisms kind of seem to have it, more figured out for the most part than we do. I live with this magic cat. And I watch him every day, right? We spend a lot of time together because I work at home. Now, since COVID, I'm probably home more than I've ever been with any of my cats. And I watch him throughout the day, and I see this just sort of zenness that he has, He's going to go lay in the sun on the stairs, and then he's going to come over, and I work sometimes on my bed, and he has a little bed on my bed, and he'll come sit on his little purple pillows that are his bed, and then if he feels like a snuggle, he'll just crawl in my lap, or sometimes he just reaches over with his paw and just touches my face. And everything is so, when he takes what he needs, he gives more than he takes. And he doesn't, he always puts back if he takes. And there's just, that's all we need to do. I mean, it's so simple, right? Don't take advantage of others. Don't take what my mom used to call your half right out of the middle. Take what you need and then give back, because there's always going to be enough for us as long as we are taking only what we need and then we are putting back. And that doesn't mean you have to live a chaste life like a Tibetan monk, living off 3 chickpeas a day. You can have a fantastic, wonderful, prosperous, affluent life whilst not taking advantage of others and whilst making sure that you put back. And when you have all that abundance and that affluence and that prosperity, then you have the ability to give more back. And that's absolutely fantastic. So think about that. Think about yourself this week, until I see you next week, as part of a giant family of humans. and an even bigger family of earth organisms. And that you're just going to take what you need and don't feel guilty in taking what you need. And sometimes you need more than other days. You don't need as much. And then make sure you put back and see how it makes you feel. See how the world runs. I think you're going to find that it's a beautiful thing and that you feel more of that zenness inside of you that I see inside of my cat Cullen. All right. And with that, let's do a message from Spirit. I'm glad to be here with you all. If you want to be a guest on the show, send me a text message. 818-437-0886. That's my actual cell. Here it is. Look, it's running the stopwatch timer on today. So you know it's me. We're 6 minutes and 17 seconds into the show. And visit my website, SheenaMetalSpiritual.com, and find me everywhere on social media at Sheena Metal. All right, let's do a message from Spirit. Hi.
Hello, lovely lady.
How are you, sweetie? Who are you and where are you
Good. How are you? My name is Jennifer. I'm from Golden Pool, Oklahoma.
Beautiful.
Yes. The weather's very nice today. It's 85, but tomorrow it's going to be 60. And then it's going down. So
nice.
But
and today here it's
enjoying the weather today.
91% humidity here, and they say at night it's only going to be 30, which means we're drying out again, which my Irish knees are very thankful for when we dry out.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's your question
The
for
humidity. Actually, I was just wondering if I have a lot of past loved ones, and I just wondering if anybody from Spirit would have a message for me today.
Sure. Who are
today
you
is a very special day for me.
We're moving quickly, sweetie. Who are you looking for specifically?
My daughter.
Okay. Yeah, that's been hard, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Her ultimate goal for you, and she's laughing and saying you're probably not going to do it, is for you to be able to recapture the level of happiness that you had before you lost her. And she knows that that's so hard, and that realistically, that's a very hard thing to ask you for. But in her ultimate dream, it would be to see you that happy again, knowing that she's always with you and knowing that you're going to see her again. She would like to see you have that kind of joy inside of you. And you know that, right? You can feel from her that that's what she wants.
Yeah, I've been really working on it. It was 3 years ago she passed in a car accident, and it's been really hard for me. And I stay secluded, and just stayed in that dark place, and I never let myself heal. Well, today is actually her birthday. Today's her birthday. And she'll be 22, and we're going to go celebrate her birthday. And actually, everybody was wanting to go where she, had her accident. And to me, that's just taking me back to a dark place that I don't need to go to. It's keeping me from healing. I don't need to be there. So going and celebrating, and we're all going to meet somewhere for dinner, and we're going to have our birthday cake, and her son's going to be there to blow out her candles. So to make it a celebration, I'm trying to do it instead of like sitting back and like wallowing in it. So this is actually my first year of actually celebrating her. It's still hard, but I would rather her see me, celebrating than she don't want to see me sad. So.
No, not at all. And I'll tell you something interesting. So my greatest loss was the loss of my mother, and her birthday is tomorrow. And
oh, wow.
I'm doing the same thing. I celebrate her because I know that's what she would want.
Yeah.
One of her last things she said to me was, no funeral, no obituary. Those things are depressing. Just throw a party. So that's what I did. That's what I try to continue to do. I try to throw some kind of a celebration every year for her. As sad as it makes me, this is a hard week for me. Every year.
Me too. Yeah.
This week, her death anniversary week, which is in March, and Mother's Day are the three hardest. The three hardest for you too. And
well, her birthday's today. Then she passed away January 1st, 2020. So it was New Year's Day. And my mom passed away October 3rd of last year. And then my brother passed away. The highway patrol killed him. And then my kid's father passed away. And so I've just been on this journey of a lot of loss. And I think I'm finally coming out of it. So,
Good for you, sweetie. Please know they're all with you and they just want you to recapture that joy, okay? And we're all going to send you
okay.
so much love. Let's
Thank
all send,
you.
if you're watching, let's send Jennifer some love. Take care. Happy
Thank
birthday to your
you.
baby.
You too. Have a good day. Happy birthday, Mom.
Thanks, honey.
Bye bye.
My mama, she would have loved this show. She would have watched this show every day because she loved to, when she always wanted to know what's going to be on TV. And every time I did a reading for somebody, she would have done this. She would have been so happy. She used to do that when she loved the slot machines in Vegas. And every time she won, she would do this. And my ex-boyfriend and I used to go there with her all the time. And he used to say she looked like a 2-year-old clapping at her own birthday party every time she won. And she'd always win. She was a Scorpio and they're magic. She would take big buckets of quarters and just put them in random people's pots because she was winning so much. So I should be in Vegas for her birthday. Some year I'll do that. But anyway, love to you, Jennifer. Let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Who are you and where are you coming in from?
My name's Fran and I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Beautiful. I love my Philadelphia. Such a beautiful city.
It is. And thank you for having me on your show.
It's my pleasure. What's your question for me, sweetheart?
Well, like the lady before, Jennifer said, I have a lot of intermediate family going.
Sure.
And but my mom passed in 2004. We were best friends.
Yeah.
And my sister, very recently, about 13 years ago. And I never feel them around me. I don't know why. I don't dream about them. I don't feel them around me, but I know they have to be around me.
Of course. So here's the thing, sweetie. Sometimes when we're in a place of really intense grieving, we block them out. It's almost like if you put a blanket over your head to stay warm, you wouldn't be able to see. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're wrapping these layers of protection around us to protect us from the pain of grief. And that's just that's natural. But then they're trying to get through and they can't because we're covered in this grief wrap and we don't let them in. So they're trying to come through, all of them. And they're always with you, but they're just outside the blanket, right? They're outside the wrap.
Right.
And at some point when you're ready, sweetheart, to let that cloak of grief down, then you will begin to see them, feel them, hear them, smell them. You just have to release it. And I know it's hard because with letting that go comes the pain that comes in that you're protecting yourself from. But I can tell you that it's important that you do that and work through that pain because you're never going to fully heal unless you go through that, right? I know that sounds awful, but it's true. And when you do that, then they will be more accessible to you. And it's very much what they're wanting because as guiding spirits, they're wanting to be able to help you from where they are, but they can't help you if you don't let them in,
Does my mom, she's never given me a message or anything anywhere I've ever gone, like to, psychics or whatever. Does she have anything, a message?
She's worried right now about your well-being. She's worried about your level of happiness. She says that sometimes you spend more time with your head not really above the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I
she
do.
wants you to get to a point where you're, if I may say this, frankly, love, not depressed every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she wants you to get to a point where you're excited about something in life. She feels like you've lost your passion.
I have no life in me. I feel like I'm lost.
And
I really feel that.
Find something, sweetheart, that you can really feel passionate about. Take a spiritual class or join a group or do something creative where you can work with your hands, like something to get yourself out of your head that you're just excited about. Like, oh, today in class, we're going to make this bowl and be excited about something because she just feels like the grief has protected you from the ultimate healing pain, but it's also buffering you from happiness.
Yes, definitely.
You know,
definitely.
she
I've
just
had
wants
a,
you to be happy, sweetie. She wants you to not just survive. She wants you to thrive and soar and be happy to be here every day and just be so feel so loved by not just folks that have passed, folks that are here, and also by spirit in general. She wants you to know that you're loved by God, energy, universe, whatever you want to call spirit, and you're so taken care of. She says sometimes you feel like you're alone in the world, and you're not. You're so taken care of.
yeah, I
Okay,
do.
sweetheart.
Okay.
Sending you so much love. Thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you very much for having me.
You bet. My pleasure,
Thank you.
sweetie.
All
Take
right.
care.
Bye-bye.
My mama would say everybody's going to cry because it's my birthday. So that's okay. You're in a safe place here. I'm surprised I haven't cried so far. Usually this week I cry the whole week, but I have not cried this week. So it's coming. It's coming. But I have felt like I feel cranky. Like I think it's just that, when we miss someone, we get a little angry, even though we're not mad at them for leaving, just the whole thing. And I think just deep underneath me, I'm a little, and I think that's why grief can do all different kinds of weird stuff to you, and you just have to let it kind of move through you. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hey there, Sheena.
How are you, honey? Who are you, and where are you coming to me from?
Todd, and I'm from Rockwall, Texas.
Hi, beautiful. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, what's your question for me?
Well, my question is I'm right now I'm going through heart issues. They're wanting to do a heart transplant,
Okay.
and my doctors can't agree if they want to do a transplant or if they just want to do a valve replacement.
Okay.
And my grandmother, like every time I've been hospitalized, my grandmother comes and sees me in the hospital.
Sure.
She passed 14 years ago, though. But she
Okay.
comes in spirit. I can feel her. I can
Sure.
see. I can see the spirit, and she loves to give me hugs and everything. But my thing is I'm just at the point where this has been a 6-year battle, and are they ever going to figure anything out? Because I mean, I have small children, and I want to be back to the normal daddy. I'm tired of being the sick daddy. And the doctors are constantly fighting with each other.
Right. I think you should do the valve replacement.
See, that's
Here's
what they
the thing.
wanted to, and they backed out on me.
Do the valve replacement. If the valve replacement doesn't work, you can always do the transplant. But why take everything out if it doesn't have to come out when it's mostly the valve that has the error?
Okay,
Does that make sense?
that makes sense. Does my grandmother have any messages for me or anything?
She says you're going to be okay. She says you're getting towards the end of it. That's what she says. You're getting towards the end of it. So all this struggle and strife and doctors and surgeries, I'm not saying
Sheena, I think I lost you. I can't hear you. That should be the change my name to technical difficulties. Oh, I got full service. I can hear something.
All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
I'm back. So this is the weird thing, the funky thing about this. It happens a lot when I talk to the dead. This is a camera that has no phone number, but for some reason I got a random call and it knocked me offline. So I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, so what I was telling you, sweetie, is that Grandma is saying that all of this is almost over, all of this time of strife, and you're going to be able to get back into your regular life soon. So have the valve replacement and you should be feeling much better by like the middle of next year.
Okay.
She's saying the replacement probably won't happen until the beginning of next year.
Okay. That sounds about right.
Okay. Take care, sweetheart. I'm going to say some prayers for you. Let's all say some prayers for Todd. It's going to be okay, sweetie. You're almost there.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Bye, honey.
Bye-bye.
How about Emery's fancy, we're having technical difficulties, please stand by sign? That's like what they used to put up when there were TV problems in the 70s when we were kids. I love it. All right, let's do another message from Spirit because we lost some time there. Hi, who are you? Where are you coming in from?
Hi, Sheena. It's Amanda, and I'm from Jonesville, Michigan.
Oh, and look who you brought. Who is this?
This is Luna. She's one of 6 that I have.
Oh, she's so beautiful. Hi, Luna. Are you a good baby?
Oh,
my
yes.
goodness. Oh, you're a good baby. You like to be snuggled, don't you?
Oh, yeah. She's
she's a snuggler.
5 months old right now. So.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
Just
That's
baby.
such a beautiful age. How may I help you, my friend? What's on your mind?
I'm always feeling my grandma and my grandpa around me, and I just want to know, I want to make sure that it's actually them and if they have any messages for me.
It absolutely is them. Your grandpa's talking about playing with you when you were little. Does that make sense? Did he play like games with you or like bounce you on his lap or bounce you around, kind of throw you around, like stuff like that? Not throw you around in a bad way, but like pinwheel you around. Yeah, that's what he's saying, that he wants you to always remember when you're sad and you want to giggle, what it was like when he played with you and what his laugh sounded like, because he thought that was the funniest thing.
Okay.
Right? And it's working.
Yeah.
Okay. He says you need to laugh more. You need to pick me up. And he wants that to be the pick me up. He says you can't really go and throw yourself around the yard, but that when you feel blue, and that's kind of been happening, huh?
Yeah.
Play with the cats the way he played with you.
Okay.
Pick cats up and make them fly and spin them around in a circle. How, Luna? She's like, not me. I'm very serious. I don't want to be spun in a circle.
She's got her hand her head just rested on my hand right now.
Oh, look how cute she is. She's like just a cat head. Just one cat head. She's such a good baby. What a good baby. I think you're the first time anybody's ever brought a baby onto the show. I love it. Yeah, so can you do that, sweetie? That would make him so happy.
Definitely. Is there anything from my gram coming through?
She's talking about food. Was she where you went for food?
That's so mean.
Yes.
Did somebody say that's so mean in the background?
Yeah, that's my daughter, Alexis.
That's so mean.
Yeah, it's true. But it is. It's like you're always hitting her up for snacks, right?
Yep, pretty much.
All right, let's be honest. You were hitting her up for snacks. You're wonderful, my friend. Stay happy, okay? Nice to meet you, Alexis and Luna.
Casey, bye.
Bye, whole family. Bye, Luna. Bye.
Oh, her brother Socks is coming up now.
Uh-oh, another one's coming. Oh, my goodness, it's a cat show. I'm loving it so much. Thank you, sweetie. Take care of you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye, hon. Lots of past relatives today because of my mom's birthday. So we're going to have the past relatives show. Okay, I can do that. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm Pamela, and I'm from Dalhart, Texas.
Wonderful, my friend. And what's your question for me?
I just want to know if my son's okay.
Yeah, he's okay, sweetheart. I know it's a hard thing for you. I know that's really a source of such pain, and you constantly wonder and worry, right?
I do.
Yeah. You've got to know that he's so okay. All right.
Is he with?
Yes, almost all the time.
Okay.
You've been having a really rough time lately.
Yeah, I have.
I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. I'm going to let you go because we've got a technical thing and it's an interference and it's super loud, but I want you to know he's with you all the time, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Pamela. Take care. So hard to lose a child, so hard to lose a parent, so hard to miss your grandparents. Everybody's going through it. And I totally know how hard that is. And I feel bad for Pamela. I wanted to keep Pamela on longer, but there was some kind of interference. Sometimes it sounded like aliens, didn't it? Every time I talk, like aliens were coming. The aliens are coming. I don't mean to make light of a sad day. I know everybody today has wanted to talk to a past loved one. So I'm not trying to make light of that. I know it's hard. But I think our loved ones want us to have some levity too, you know? And that's really important. So think about that. Try to think of them because they're not sad where they are. So they don't necessarily want you to be sad. They want you to be happy, you know? They want you to feel joy. They want you to feel have your energetic load as light as theirs is where they are. They know that's not possible because the load on Earth is so much heavier. But they want you to try, you know? All right. I'm sending everybody who's been on the show today so much love. And I think we're ready to do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Who are you and where are you coming in from?
My name's Dana. I'm from Oakdale, California.
Hi. Where is
Hi.
Oakdale, Dana?
It's by Modesto, kind of like an hour and a half from Sacramento.
All right. Okay. Sort of the middle of the state.
Yes.
Nice. Always want to check in where my California peeps are from. What's your question for me today, sweetie?
I was just wondering if you have any messages from my grandmother.
Okay. Isn't that funny how everything is messages from past people today?
Yes.
She said she has a very, very strong maternal energy. And towards you. Was she almost like a second mother to you?
Yes, she raised me.
Oh, okay. So she was almost like a first mother to you.
Yes.
That's what she says because she's presenting like she's your mother and talking about something about your mom not really being around.
Yes, my mom passed away when I was 3.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. So she took all of the grief that she felt for your mom and put it all into loving you.
Yes, she did.
And it was a wonderful thing for her to do with that grief, because she could have fallen apart, or she could have found a way to make a good thing out of a bad thing. And that's what she did. And that's kind of who she was, right? She had that sort of thing where she just took things in stride sometimes.
Yes, definitely.
Was she Depression era, born during the Depression?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what she's showing me. She's saying that that was just sort of a survival mechanism that a bunch of Depression era people had, that they just made the best out of things even when times were tough.
Yes, definitely.
She tried to include you and get you interested in so many different things. She wants to know if you're still doing any of the things she got you interested in when you were little.
Not really.
Yeah, that's what
I
she's
sew
saying.
occasionally.
Yeah, because she's saying that she can pretty much see everything you do, but she's not really seeing that. And she's not sure why. She'd like you to sew more, use your hands more, sew, cook, write letters, all the things that she taught you, right? To sort of feed your soul.
Okay.
Is that a good way to put it?
Yes.
She says that there's that something is missing from your life. You too, huh, need some passion.
Yes, I do, definitely. I've
That
had
also
a
seems
really
to be
hard
a-
time lately.
That also seems to be a theme this week, right? Everyone's trying to find their passion. Yeah, she said that you just sort of have the blahs.
Yes.
That every day sort of feels like, well, it's another day.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's not this overwhelming enthusiasm about every day.
No.
That she would like for there to be.
Okay.
So she's talking about things that you love, that you want to be a part of, and you're not doing. So what are those things, honey, and why aren't you doing them?
I've been very depressed for the last few months. I kind of had a mental breakdown, quit my job, and I kind of just stay in my room.
Okay, that's not good, sweetie, right?
No.
Okay. What's the prognosis for getting another job?
I'm not really sure as of right now. I've been applying for jobs, but I'm not sure.
Okay. You need to find something. So this is the thing. You need a job, even if it's not a job you're ecstatic about, because you need to get out and be amongst people and be part of the world.
Okay.
And then you need to find something fun that you love to do and get involved in that. I feel like I don't mean to say this in a derogatory way, but it's just what is being passed on to me by your grandma. Do you even know what you love to do?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
That's what she's saying. She's like, ask her if she even knows what she loves to do.
I don't.
What kind of things interest you?
Anything to do with spirits. I used to work in the funeral industry. That was very interesting.
Okay. Have you thought about joining a paranormal team?
No, I have not, actually.
Would that be fun?
That would be very fun.
You're very good at details, she's saying.
Yes.
So you could like get a little, you've got a little tape recorder on your phone. You could go and be the one who captures the EVPs and goes back and listens to them, because she says that you have a good ear and you're very good with detail.
Okay. That's a great idea.
So start looking around in your area, even just go on Facebook and type, where are you at again? Tell me.
I'm in Oakdale, California.
That's right. Hello. When I'm in my spirit head, my regular head is like, poo, out the window. I can tell you everything about grandma, but I can't tell you where you just told me you live. Just type in paranormal group Central California and see what you come up with.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, try typing in Oakdale, try typing in Sacramento, and you'll find probably a bunch of paranormal groups. Also do a Google search that way.
Okay, I will do that.
And just say, hey, I love spirits. I've got a little time on my hands. I would be good with EVPs or because I don't see that you're like super technically, like you don't know how to run a bunch of crazy stuff.
No.
Like, but you're good with hearing.
Yes.
You're good with listening. And say, look, my specialty is I listen to EVPs and I would love to come out on some investigations and see what I can help you catch. Because then you're going to be doing what you love, which is being around ghosts. Tell them you have a history in the funeral industry. They'd love that.
Okay.
And then tell them that, that you're interested in volunteering to help see what they can. And then you meet friends, right? You really need that. You need to meet new people.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then, maybe even just go hit up all the funeral places and the cemeteries. People are always looking to hire people at these places.
Okay, I'll do that too.
Okay? Because you seem to like to be around the dead. So stay around the dead.
Okay.
All right, sweetie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheena.
You bet.
You too.
It's funny because I tell people all the time that I moved down here back to my hometown of Huntington Beach to be near both of my best friends who are not like, in the business, in the world, in the entertainment world or the spiritual world. But the truth is that before they adopted my niece, my best friend and her husband had a feng shui business. They worked as psychic mediums. They worked on the support team for a then very famous psychic who was part of a very famous publishing house. They traveled around all the time with her and her team. They did a lot of investigations. They went places with people and did investigations with famous places and famous people. And my other best friend, who has never done any of that, but is very spiritually gifted, although I don't know sometimes on any given day whether she'll admit to that or not, is very involved on the board of directors for a cemetery commission. So she knows everything about like cemeteries. So I'm like, well, and I didn't really think about that till I went to her Day of the Dead celebration last week at one of her cemeteries. And I'm like, oh, she doesn't work in the spiritual world, but she does work around the dead. And it's kind of the same thing in a lot of ways, right? So, yeah. And then my other best friend is a nurse. And so she saw a lot of people as they went the other way, as people were passing and were ill and then miraculously getting better or not getting better. And that's a huge spiritual thing. And whether or not she would admit to it on any given day, she also has gifts. So it's interesting how there's a commonality in all the people in your tribe, I think. And sometimes it's not like in your face, like none of them like host a show like this where they read people, but there's that common thread of spiritual that I think ties together all of my friends and all of my good friends, anyhow, all of my tribe. And I love that. I think that we probably all have that commonality of what ties us all together, So yeah, it's easy to find. Groups are always looking for people to volunteer because, people do it for a little while. They get bored, they quit, they go into a place and they get scared and they never come back, So if you're looking to join a paranormal team, I think that is such a good idea. And there's so many ways that you can do that. So that's awesome. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. Yay. Hi.
Hi, Sheena. How are you?
I'm good. Who are you? Where are you coming to me from?
My name's Michael. I'm from Tampa, Florida.
Beautiful. I love Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, we're having a beautiful day today, that's for sure.
Do they still
this time
have
of year.
that? Is there still that big aquatic park in Tampa?
Yeah, we have the aquarium downtown. We also have we have so many things around here.
Do you have like a Sea Worldy type thing? Like not a Sea
Yeah.
World, but I don't remember what the other one used to be called, but I think they all went it. But I remember as a kid, my parents took me to Tampa to a place like that. and they had like one of those like dancing waters and the water skiing show. And I remember taking about a bunch of pictures of that, thinking Tampa
Oh,
was
that's
super
cool.
groovy. Oh,
Yeah, it's not a bad
Busch
place.
Gardens. My engineer Emery
Busch
just said
Gardens. Yes,
Gardens.
Busch Gardens
Yes,
for sure.
we are all connected. Thank you, Emery. My wonderful engineer and producer Emery, who I could not do this without. Michael, what's your question for me today?
So, lately I've been feeling kind of like I've hit a brick wall over the last few years. My career is not really advancing like I thought it would at this point. My grandma still calls me all the time to remind me she doesn't have grandkids. Just not seeing any change on the horizon. So I guess my question for you and any spirits that may be around is, am I just going over a steep hill right now, or am I completely lost on this path?
No,
I just felt like,
life is this, right? It ebbs and flows. It's peaks and valleys. It's like waves.
mhm.
And you're just kind of down in a dip right now, waiting for the next wave. Someone needs to tell Grandma, dial it back a bit, Granny, because the last thing you want to do when you're feeling like this is add kids into the mix. So, kids are going to take some time. You might be making a little bit of a career shift, not a full shift, but maybe doing something, Michael, a little bit different. What do you do?
By day, I work in media. I work for a TV station, and I also work on the side doing events.
Okay. And it's the events that you thought were going to take off more?
No, actually, I thought it was going to be more my career in media. I used to work for a really big company until COVID, and that kind of destroyed all the work I had done there,
Yeah.
and just not as excited as about it as I used to be.
Right. And probably not as many events either since COVID.
Yeah, yeah. The event company's been doing well. It's always just been a filler.
Right. You're just in a place where there's a dip, sweetie. And that's okay. Sometimes we just bump up against that, right? We think that best laid plans, right? And COVID kind of came and whooped all our plans. So
Sure did.
but for a reason, right? I mean, when COVID hit, I had, oh God, I don't know, if like 4 possible TV projects lined up. And then of course they all died because COVID came, put everything on hold for 3 years. And then everybody forgot about everybody and moved on with whatever. My life moved differently, and I wound up creating the studio in my house and doing this stuff. And you know what? I wouldn't change it. I'm super happy. And if the other things come around, great. And I think that's how we all have to look at COVID, that all of those things that were going to happen before COVID, many of them will circle back around again. But at the same time, we now have to think about what's great about our life now. And I do see you're going to stay in media. I see the events are something to do with that. But I also see something a little different for you in the world of media than what you're doing that is going to come along and may even be a strong suit for you because of what happened and how COVID changed things, like a skill set that you picked up during COVID. Does that make sense?
It's definitely something I've been hoping for, I can tell you that.
Do you know what that is? Do you know what skill or what new perspective you picked up during COVID?
I can't really put my finger on anything specific, but I can say that COVID definitely changed my overall perspective of what I see,
Yeah.
what I thought I wanted to do, prior, towards more of a realistic what I really would want to do now. And
Yeah.
even though I'm kind of still having trouble figuring out what that is, because I always kind of saw myself a part of something bigger than I am now.
Yes.
I definitely felt a shift in that mentality, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel now like there's going to be something that you're going to do, Michael, at a very small grassroots level that is going to grow into that. But instead of you working for a company and expecting the company to make that happen, you're going to make that happen on your own. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's actually an idea I've been tossing around, is if I should be just, making my own path and career wise, or it's just, I guess, trying to figure out where to start.
Yeah. 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 Think about that, because that's what Spirit says that you're working towards. And it's all because of this sort of strength and belief in yourself, and sort of like a survival mechanism that you picked up during COVID. Now the trick is, Michael, you have to take your thinking out of that old mentality of, I need to go work for a company or a conglomerate or a collective, and they're going to help make this happen for me, and move into this place of thinking, I can make this happen for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it feels like you still sort of have that older entertainment industry ideology of, I have to get involved with the thing, and the thing is going to help me get where I want to go.
Yeah, that's definitely how I used to think about it all. And, lately I'm starting to think that maybe that's not the right move anymore. It's just not the same as it used to be. And in some ways that's good.
No,
But
it's beautiful. It's
it,
beautiful because
yeah,
that's where you need to be, because that's what's going to happen, Michael. That's where you're moving. It's all about you. And then when you've done that and you've achieved what you want, then if you want to make more humans and make Grandma's day, then you certainly can do that. But
I would love to do that.
Grandma needs to hold her horses.
She's got other
now
grandkids she can play with.
Now is not the time. Yeah, exactly. You have plenty of time. All right, sweetie, I hope I helped.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're the best, Michael. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody who participated today. You're all so wonderful. I don't even know what to say. Thank you to my beautiful and wonderful soul, my engineer and producer, Emery, who is the wind beneath my wings and makes this happen every week. And he's everything I'm not: organized, punctual, linear, all the things that I remember once reading something that in every relationship, somebody is the balloon and someone has to hold the string. And boy, does Emery have to hold the string, and he's so gracious about it and so wonderful. And I'm just like, boom, like a balloon floating in the breeze. Sometimes I think he's holding the string like this, like a kite in a hurricane, but it's okay. We make it work. And of course, also my beautiful friend, Tony Sweet, who owns PARAPOD TV, which is the only place you can find this show, along with, he also owns the radio stations UBN Go and LGBTQI plus Go, and the PARAPOD Festival. Hopefully I'm going to be speaking at again this coming April. And also he does the wonderful internationally known Truth Be Told show, and is working on a nonprofit right now. And when I have the info on that, we'll announce it every week. If you want to be a guest on the show, send me a text message, 818-437-0886. That's 818-437-0886. Please visit my website and learn more about me. I'm at sheenametalspiritual.com, and I would be more than happy to book a private session with you, or get you interested in one of my workshops or energetic cleanses, or visit my store. I've got all kinds of goodies there, crystals and sage and Palo Santo and lavender and all kinds of good stuff. And then of course, everywhere on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter, I'm at Sheena Metal, just @ Sheena Metal, no spaces, no letters, no numbers, just my name, all lowercase, all stuck together. Please come and find me. I would love that. I always call it boop, 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 boop. Just follow me those 5 places: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Until I see you next time, seek peace, live in love, lead with kindness, embrace unity, always work to raise your vibration, and most importantly, know that you are love and you are loved and you're loved by me. I'll see you next Wednesday at 2:00 Pacific time, right here on PARAPOD TV. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you and I miss you every day. And I know you're with me. Everybody, our loved ones are all with us. I'll see you next time. Take care of you.